Cave Creek sounds like a dream. Wide open spaces, beautiful custom homes, and that true Arizona feel. But living here is not for everyone. Let's talk about the real pros and cons before you make your move. Cave Creek is one of the most unique areas in the entire Phoenix Valley. You've got horse property, custom homes, and that true desert lifestyle that a lot of people are chasing right now. But what you see online and what it's actually like to live here day to day can be two very different things. So in this video, I'm going to be breaking down the biggest pros and cons, and I'm going to be squashing what ChatGPT says because they don't get it right. Let's start with, have you been duped? Here's the thing. The real Cave Creek, the Cave Creek proper, is going to be located north of Carefree Highway. Many people, because they're drawn to either the affordable homes or newer homes or golf course homes, are drawn to an area in North Phoenix that have Cave Creek addresses. Don't think this is Cave Creek, because when you live here, all the locals know the difference. You coming in from out of town may not. So let's talk about Cave Creek proper first, and then we'll get down to the area that you're probably honing in on. There's a long list of pros here, but we're going to just pick the top 5. We're going to start with number 1. If you are looking for space and privacy and land to stretch out, there is no other town like Cave Creek in all of Arizona. You actually get room to breathe here. Larger lots, horse properties, and a lot fewer HOAs. This is real Arizona living, not cookie cutter suburbia. Number 2 is going to come in at unreal desert views. I'm talking daytime, dusk, or dawn. These desert views are unreal. You are nestled right in the Black Mountains, right in your backyard, whether you're going to be enjoying them or just looking at them. The sunsets are incredible here. I'm talking about colors in the sky you have never seen before. Very unique, bright orange, yellow, even pink. It's majestic. Number 3 is going to come in with that unique Western lifestyle. Cave Creek truly has personality. If you are looking for like what a Western town is all about, but maybe a little modern element, this would be it. Think local saloons, not kidding you, with hardwood floors, live music of all kind. If we are dancing or just listening out with that cold beer or sarsaparilla, spots like Frontier Town, it's just not your typical suburban vibe. Even if you don't buy in Cave Creek, when you live here, it is a treat to go and visit on a regular basis for events. There is also the rodeo. There is unique shopping and dining. If you are looking for something off the beaten path, something very unique that you can only find in Arizona, Cave Creek should absolutely be at a place for you guys to visit. I'm telling you, whether you live there or not, it is always a fun town to visit. Coming in at number 4, ChatGPT calls it horse-friendly community. I'm going to call it a rugged outdoor lifestyle community. Whether we're talking horses or we're talking something that has a lot of horsepower, like we're talking OHVs, off-highway vehicles, we're talking side-by-sides, if we're talking rails, if we're talking even dirt bikes. If you are looking for that outdoor lifestyle and having the desert right in your back, trails, space, and zoning that allows to keep all these toys. I'm talking RV garages, workshops. It's the norm out here. And with that rugged lifestyle, cowboys tend to be affiliated with modern Republican politics and conservative values. This is the town for you if this describes your lifestyle. And number 5, quiet, small town feel, but near the big city. You are definitely tucked away from all the chaos. You are like transported on vacation year round. I don't care what season it is. You are going to feel like you're in a desert vacation and you get to live here. It's still close enough to Phoenix and Scottsdale when you need them, but you don't have the hustle and bustle of day-to-day business. But one of the cons that's coming up is about how tourists take it over in the wintertime. So again, pros and cons. Let's jump straight into those cons to see what isn't great about living in Cave Creek. I love that you guys are still here. If you have not already taken a look at my website, please scan this QR code. We can send you our relocation guide. It gives you a lot more of my own personal, like what each area is like and what the price ranges are in each of the areas. This is kind of data that you can't find anywhere else. We make it super simple, and we'd also love to speak with you if you're considering moving to the Phoenix area, whether Cave Creek works for you or not. Now, let's get into the 5 biggest cons, if they really are cons. Here's the thing, guys. You always have pros and cons no matter where you live. You have to weigh out what works for you. Some people have those pros that are very big, and so they outweigh the cons, and some just, unfortunately, maybe the cost, which is one of them, it might just crush all the pros, like there's nothing they can do. So let's jump into the number one thing is it's more remote. The proximity is going to be out further than just about any suburb that we have. And here's the thing, there is absolutely never going to be a freeway that goes out this way. The remoteness, the location within the Black Mountains is what makes this town so desirable. And the fact that it will increase your commute time if you are still working. Here's the thing, the vast majority of the people that own homes in the town of Cave Creek are either retired or they are second, third, fourth vacation homes. So not only is it crickets in the summertime, like super quiet, but there's just not a lot of people necessarily that need to commute in to the Phoenix area for work. If you are working in North Scottsdale, or, Cave Creek, Desert Ridge, North Phoenix, even if you're going up over to the new tech area over on the other side of 17 where Taiwan Semiconductor is going in, you're still looking at maybe a 30-40 minute drive. Honestly, depending on where you're coming from, it's not that bad, to be honest with you. In my opinion, if that was the only negative on your list, I'd take it all day long. All right, let's look at number 2, and that's going to be cost. If not number 1, if you ask me, it is more expensive to live in Cave Creek than most other cities in the entire valley. Let's compare it to Scottsdale, because that's what everybody seems to know. And the prices are about the same, right? We still have almost $1 million for that median price. But that still doesn't get you much when we're looking at single family homes. There are some other type of products in the Cave Creek area because, again, it's such a heavy vacation area. But let's just talk about single family homes. And that is, so the price points are rather high, but specifically to Cave Creek, you're going to have very high insurance rates. So when you're talking about some of the, I don't want to say they're not insurable because you can get insurance. We don't have the same problems as California, but because you're nestled up into the desert, can be rather excessive. Now, here's the thing. I always say it depends on what you're comparing this to and where you're coming from. How does it correlate with a hurricane insurance? Maybe it's not so expensive. When I say it's expensive here, I'm comparing it to other Phoenix areas. And again, that's why it's also when you use ChatGPT, let me tell you, I crush ChatGPT all day long. I don't care what I put in there, even pros and cons. It's never accurate. So that's why it's so important that you use a local area expert. I should change that. I'm not a local area expert. I'm a local valley expert. And that's what makes a difference. Rarely does somebody call us and say, I want to only live here. I'm not saying that doesn't happen, but usually they start here. I don't know where to buy. And that's where we start to help you by asking questions. And I always tell people what you start with isn't where you end with. We help coach you to figure out where the perfect place is for you with your budget, your criteria, your timeline, your lifestyle, the quality of life you're looking for, and whatever you need in the near and long-term future. It's a lot of thought. People don't realize you need to plan the exit at the time of the purchase. And these are the conversations we have with you. And even though you don't know what questions to ask yourself, we do. So let's jump right into, again, we talked about the utilities also being a little bit more expensive up this way. Water is a concern. I'm not going to say it's like Rio Verde, which is a city to the east, and I'm not going to say it's like New River, which is a city to the west, but if you look at the proximity, guys, it's right in between. And so these wells that service these homes need to be very, very deep, and part of purchasing a home in Cave Creek is understanding your water for the next 100 years. So again, we will walk you through that process. It's very unique. It's not just buying real estate. There's so many other variables, especially when you're buying in this particular area. Number 3, let's talk about desert living. Like, some people are like, well, of course, but they don't know what that means. So the cons of living in the desert are a couple things. Number 1, the roads are paved very nicely, but there's not the hard curbs, there's not the cleaning, it feels like one with Mother Nature. So with this, we have more dirt roads in this particular area. They will always be dirt roads. And then we also have more dust. Now, more dust means more cleaning. It means more allergens that may affect you when you're breathing, if that's important to you. And we also have in this area, the desert living, we have a lot of wildlife. You need to consider that. We have had people tell us that they want to move to the desert, but they don't want any snakes. Well, unfortunately, we can't order that for you. Now, if you live in the city, there's a very good chance you'll never see a snake. If you live in the town of Cave Creek, you're going to see a snake, maybe just walking out to go to dinner. Like, they're very probable in the Cave Creek area. And I don't mean just regular snakes. I do mean rattlesnakes. I also mean tarantulas. I've seen more tarantulas crawl around Cave Creek than anywhere else in the desert. And I'm an avid hiker and have hiked everywhere. It's like they all live in Cave Creek. I'm just kidding. They don't all live in Cave Creek, but they're very friendly. You just can't not freak out. And whatever you do, don't kill them. They're friendly spiders. We also have javelina up this way. We have coyotes up this way. We also have bobcats, believe it or not. And then in the air, well, we have it everywhere. We have a lot of birds of prey. So if you have a little tiny dog, chances are you're going to be walking 100% of the time and almost hovering over them every single time you take them out. You're not going to have a dog door in your home, and you're just going to live kind of on the defense. In Arizona, we have subterranean termites, which are very slow moving, eating termites, and they're very visual. So it's not like they're going to be going around your house and you don't know it. You're going to see them. Most of the time, you're going to see them on your stem walls, which is the concrete foundation, where they're coming up from the ground into your walls initially. Usually, you can catch them before they even get to the beginning part of the stucco because you can see them. But here's the thing. You got to walk around the house and take a look on a regular basis in order to see that. Here's the thing though, they're super treatable. You can get termite companies to come out there, usually within a couple of days, maybe a week, depending on the size of the home. It's not crazy expensive. In Cave Creek, it might be $1,000, maybe $1,500, and you'll get a 1-year warranty. And if they pop up again during that 1 year, it's just one phone call and they'll come on out and take care of it. Weather-wise, Cave Creek actually comes in a little cooler than the rest of the valley. It's about 1,000 feet higher in elevation. So right now down in the Southeast Valley, which by the way is more concrete, and again, that's why you're not going to see concrete in Cave Creek, but down in the valley right now, it's 98. And I'm happy to report at this very moment, weather report coming in, it's a sunny 86 degrees. Chance of rain, 0. Well, that's not any different than the whole valley, but needless to say, it is going to be a little bit cooler. I'm not going to say it's always 10 degrees, but it will be a little bit cooler because of that 1,000 feet elevation. And the last con, it depends on where you're coming from. Here's the thing. If you are comparing yourself to any kind of a vacation town, it's always isolated from the hustle and bustle of the big city. Okay, so all vacation towns have some sort of additional drive. That's why they're a vacation town. You want to be away from all that craziness, right? So the fact that you have local shopping, it depends on where you're coming from. And ChatGPT will tell you that this particular area has limited shopping and amenities. And I will tell you, I don't agree with that. Let's break that down just a little bit. So for everyday shopping, for prescriptions, groceries, car repair, Home Depot for fixing up some DIY kind of thing, you're only talking about 10 minutes. It depends on where you live in Cave Creek, but you're only talking about 10 minutes right at Cave Creek Road. There is a whole bunch of stores, including some more fast food kind of restaurants that honestly, you don't need anything more. If you are looking for major shopping, if you're looking for Costco, you're about 15 to 17 minutes away. I know that sounds so funny. It depends on the time of day. Let's just say 20, okay, guys? 15 minutes if you're cruising middle of a Tuesday, okay? If you are going on a Saturday when everybody else is home, and it depends on the time of the year, and we can talk about that in a minute, because let me tell you, locals, as much as they love living in Cave Creek, they get out of town on the weekends. in the wintertime because it's stupid crazy. It's bothersome to the locals. Needless to say, if Saturday, it's actually going to be busier than maybe even commute time, but it's going to be probably about 20-25 minutes to Desert Ridge Shopping Center and the nearest Costco. You also are going to find some amazing medical care around this area, the same Desert Ridge area that I'm talking about. It's going to be about 25-30 minutes away, but we're talking world-class Mayo Clinic on top of Banner and everything else in the area. So again, 30 minutes isn't really that far from everything you need. Now, here's the one thing it says. It says limited dining. I have to say, oh my God, you want to talk about some of the world-class Mexican, Santa Fe, New Mexican kind of cuisine. I'm telling you, it can't be beat in the town of Cave Creek. People come from North Scottsdale, Anthem, people come to Cave Creek because of the cuisine. It is truly amazing. Whether you want ribs and, a cold beer, or you want to have an excellent 5-course meal with, matching pairing wine, and the views and the patios are insane. So I don't agree with what ChatGPT says. It depends on what the expectation is. And this is why I always say there's a buyer for every home and a home for every buyer. If you like Cave Creek, you are drawn to its uniqueness, its cowboy charm, and honestly, the people that buy here aren't the people that are coming on the weekends to party. Let's talk about that for a second. Motorcycles it's very free riding here, by the way. You still don't have to wear a helmet, which is crazy. And so people that live anywhere within, I'd say 50 miles or even further, on the weekends will drive their motorcycles up almost year round, minus the summer times, up to Cave Creek. So if you live near the main roads, you're going to be very bothered on the weekends, very bothered. And I'm not just talking 5 or 10 bikes. I'm talking 500 or 1,000, which is 1,000 bikes constantly on the road. And then parking is overcrowded. Like you'd think there was like an event. And there's people from all walk of life. Many don't even speak English because they're coming here from other countries, and they're coming to Cave Creek to visit. So in the wintertime, it's a little bothersome. And it's not fun. The best time to be in Cave Creek as a local is going to be September, October, November, before everybody comes. Maybe even some Christmas time. My mom came up to visit, and of course, and I went there. Then it resumes. We actually have a bike week in Scottsdale in April, and let me tell you, oh my gosh, Cave Creek is just insane for that event. But that's when everybody goes home, and that's when it's really nice still in the evenings to ride a motorcycle. Let me tell you, that ground gets really hot. So if you're in bumper to bumper traffic and you're on the I was about to say tarmac, you're on the pavement, whatever, it's very hot. And ladies, I almost wanted to fall off a bike because it was so darn hot sitting there. Like, I just thought I was melted. So be careful if you're riding in the back of the motorcycle up that way. I would recommend helmets, by the way. They're kind of becoming the cool thing. Now, let's jump real quick into the Phoenix part of Cave Creek. Like I said, most of the people that are coming here are not necessarily looking at the $5 to $12 or $15 million homes, but they want to be close proximity, and they find themselves at one of the areas that call or have the mailing address called Cave Creek, but it's really in the Phoenix area. There are planned communities. These are going to be areas like Dove Valley Ranch, Tatum Ranch, Tatum Highlands, and there is more and more small builders, small developers that are building up this way. Just know anything south of Cave Creek Road is not Cave Creek proper, if that makes sense. But there's still, if you are a car enthusiast, this is the area where there's like I said, people drive $1 million vehicles in this area. And if that's your cup of tea, you're going to find many, homes that have 4-car garage, 6-car garage, 12-car garage that live in this area. They really, really are drawn to this area. And that's where they also take even people that don't live in this area that have these kind of cars. They come up to this area to again, just be kind of with their friends. It is a very luxurious area, I'm not gonna lie. There is also still some of that small town charm. There is the Cave Creek Rodeo, which is one of my favorite places to go. And then from time to time, there's concerts up this way. And if you're an art enthusiast, local artist, jewelry, it's truly a tourist trap. But if you ask me, I'd rather do Cave Creek versus Scottsdale any day. So if you guys are thinking of moving to Cave Creek, or maybe the Phoenix part of Cave Creek, or maybe even some other Phoenix area where there is brand new construction, you just got to give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, days, nights, or weekends. We got your back when moving to Phoenix, Arizona. And again, we're not area specialists or valley specialists. So if you want to talk about all the areas, we are your go-to. I can't wait to hear from you. Did you call yet?